Okay, let's have a look at the trickiest bit of playing the fiddle, and that is looking at using the bow, and more importantly getting your bow hold right. You want to be getting your bow hold correct from the beginning. So much of your fiddle playing is reliant on this bow hold and on how you're using the bow. I would argue that it's more important than your left hand. Okay, so we are going to be aiming. We want our thumb. Ideally, it's going to be placed between this rubber grip here and this end of the bow, which is called the frog, and where we've got this little black bit that just goes up and stops there. So we're going to want our thumb to rest there. So our bow, we've got the stick. This end is called the frog. I'll call this part the grip. And then you've got the tip up here, your pointy bit. And your horsehair, which is going to make the sound on the strings. Okay, so a couple of ways that we can look at putting our bow hold on the violin. Use whatever works for you, obviously. Okay, so we're going to start off first of all by taking your thumb, bending it a little, and then making like a little sort of mouth shape with your hand like that. You're going to have your middle finger is going to be touching that thumb whilst you're making this shape, just underneath that, that top knuckle there. Okay, this is where your thumb wants to be meeting the middle finger once we put this onto the bow. So you're going to take your thumb, bend that a little, and you're going to place it in that gap that we spoke about. Now you're going to bring that middle finger over in that little mouth shape that we just spoke about. Okay, the rest of the fingers are going to come down onto the bow. You're going to want your ring finger to be next to your middle finger and coming just over the top of the stick. Your index finger is going to sit on that thumb grip, probably towards the tip end of the bow. Your pinky always wants to sit on top of the bow. It never wants to come around this side like the other fingers. It's going to sit on top of the bow. You don't want to be stretching it all the way out towards the screw there. You want it to just be resting comfortably spaced there. Now your thumb wants to stay bent. It might feel like it doesn't want to and it straightens out. If that happens, what's going to happen is you're going to push the hair away from you. And you don't want to be doing that. You want to be keeping the hair flat, because we're going to want to be playing with the flat of this hair or on this side edge to begin with. So you never want to be pushing the bow away from you like that. So keep the thumb bent, and you might find that this little silver part here is going to be touching just the bottom cuticle or your knee or knuckle. That's good. If you can feel it there, it means you're keeping your thumb bent. Okay, let's have another go at how we could place that fiddle hold on. You could think of it like some bunny ears or a rock hand. So you're going to take your thumb, bend the thumb, place it in that gap. You are then going to bring your middle finger down to meet it, then your ring finger next to that. So you've then got this pair of ears here. Then you're going to bring your index finger, and then last of all, bend that pinky to rest on the fiddle like that. On the fiddle bow like that. Okay, whilst you're doing this, you want to be supporting the bow with your left hand. Then you can let go slowly and see if you can hold it in place. Once you're happy that you've got that bow hold there and you can support the weight of the bow just with that bow hold, we're ready to look at some strengthening exercises to make all of this feel less weird. So, first of all, we're going to, now my little finger here quite often locks. Try to keep yours bent if you can, okay? For this exercise, we're going to use a seesaw motion, and we are going to, keeping our wrist completely where it is without moving that wrist so it's facing the side. We're going to be lifting the bow up and down, doing some little push-ups, but only using this pinky finger. So you're going to push down with the pinky and try and make that bow move. Support underneath it with the back of your index finger. Very important to use the back because you don't ever want to be touching this hair with your fingers. And see if you can just make that go up and down in a seesaw motion. Only using that pinky. So none of this, because that's easy. Once you're happy you can do that, you can move on to another bow hold strengthening exercise. Do this over the carpet or over a bed, a soft surface. Don't do this over a tiled floor, because more than likely you're going to feel like you're going to drop your bow, and if you do drop it, you're going to break it if it's over a hard surface. Okay, so you're going to transfer your bow to a vertical position with that bow hold still in place. What you are then going to do, you're going to wriggle all of these fingers and try and get all the way up to the top whilst keeping that thumb bent. So you should feel the hair of the bow alongside the back of your thumb the whole way through this. This is really, really tricky, so you might find it takes you ages to get to the top. And you want to try and keep all of these fingers on the bow stick all the way up, with your pinky always remaining tucked on the top, and then the other fingers kind of around the front. You might not have got to the top yet, but I'm going to talk you through what we're going to do now. We're going to try and drag the bow all the way back up in the same way. Again, trying to keep that thumb bent is key to this. You can practice this with a pencil, pen as well. You don't have to get your whole fiddle out of the case. You can practice this with anything bow shaped. Okay, I'm back there. Try to practice those regularly, okay? Once a day would be great. Just going to help strengthen everything in this right bowing hand, and the angles that they're going to be, those fingers and thumbs are going to be at. Right, good luck with that. Have another look at that. There you go. Let's have a look at making some sound in the next video.